3 to 5 seconds. That gate's going to drop. Right there it is. Here we go. Who's going to get that Stacy Holshot award? Looks like that was the 52. Yep, Kevin DePino. We've seen that guy bust out more than one hole shot in his day coming out of Bensalem, PA. So DePino trying to take advantage of it, not having the best of luck in the first two motos, going 16-12, but right now all about finishing strong here at Loretta Lynn's. Making their way back into the red zone. Here we go into Storyland, taking a look at some of these other names. Brennan Harrison, he got a 6.5 so far. Vincent Way sitting on a 9.7. 5.6 for Cole Black. He had some great finishes coming out of Fruita, Colorado. 2.4 for Seth Dennis. He's got a great pair of motos going on as well. Again, so Cade Dudney and Seth Dennis going to be the main contenders here as the number 93 and the number 40 square off this afternoon. We've got a Honda that needs moved. It's a Honda Civic. It has Mississippi license plates TSA 5794. So Mississippi TSA 5794, white Honda Civic. It needs moved, or we're going to move it for you. Appreciate your cooperation. All right, Kevin DePino with that early hole shot. Here we go, working our way. Whoa, several riders down just before the anthill getting collected there. A little bit of a stack up. Looked like the I-5 at 4:30 in the afternoon. As we come down into the Bermuda Triangle, here we go. I believe we have a new leader at the line, and we do. We certainly do. That's going to be Vincent Way, the number 27 machine. He is followed by Carson Wood, Seth Dennis, Grayson Townsend, Wyatt Thurman, Darren Pine, Cole Blecka, Trinity Bachelor, Jet Kellogg, and Kevin DePino. Wow, you talk about all the key players, and look at Cade Dudney sitting in that number 11 spot. So holy cow, this thing is going to heat up like a sterno. Holy cow, Vincent Way is going to have his hands full. All the players lined up right behind him as we move our way into this 85cc 10-12 championship moto. First time through. Yeah, first time through. Looks like just about a half a second gap, but already under fire is Way. Carson Wood trying to make a move. Seth Dennis picking the pace up immediately.
Oh, looks like we have some riders going down behind them. Hope everybody's okay there.
Looked like we had a group of them right there, Jackson.
Yes, we've had a couple people go down in this moto.
Right now, going to try to get things squared away as we go back into the waterworks. Guys starting to get themselves sorted out here. We're on lap number 2. Lead group making a break for it. We're talking about Way, Wood, Dennis, and Townsend. Wyatt Thurman trying to get in on the tail end of that action. I know Darren Pine's going to want to work his way forward as well. So race number 4 in the program here this morning. 85cc 10-12. Coming up next, going to be race 5. That's going to be our 65 7-9 limited. That's going to move us back into the big bikes as we go to our Senior Plus 40. Then it's going to be Mini Senior 2 before a small intermission, get some track prep done, and right back into the racing at 1 o'clock. So already 10 minutes after 11 here, and here we go. There's the number 93, Seth Dennis, powering that thing through the deep sand. Back around the Bermuda Triangle. Here we go. Leaders working their way through. Lap number 2, Vincent Way, Carson Wood, almost identical times. The gap 1.31 as they move out on lap number 2. Seth Dennis, I said he was working that machine. He absolutely was. He turned to 206.7. He got down into that deep stuff around the Polysport Beach, but he is back on the chart. Grayson Townsend moves himself into the number 4 spot, and Darren Pine still back there on the charge in the number 5 spot. And look at this. There come my buddies again. You know, you guys are just like clockwork. Too good to us. Our man Corey Benton, we've talked about the finest pickles in the world. But I want to bring you something else, folks. I want to let you know we've talked about Chef Steve's popcorn. We had the Monster Mix last time. Let me tell you something. He's got all kinds of flavors down there. It is the best kettle corn. It is the best popcorn that I have ever ate out of a bag in my life. I'm here to tell you. And I'm not a popcorn maker. Every time I burn it, I leave uncooked kernels, Corey. I'm the worst popcorn maker there is. I never get it right. Let me tell you something. No such thing as a bad kernel in Chef Steve's popcorn. I'll tell you, everyone popped to perfection. And what in the world have we got right here? Is that lemonade? I mean, when we talk about fresh lemonade, it looks like 2 whole lemons in each one of those cups right there. Steve said, hey, you got to try it while you're on the mic, son. Oh, now listen. I know it gets hot and it gets gritty out there, and everybody's looking for, they're drinking the Monster Energy, they're drinking the water, they're drinking the this or that. If you do not work your way down to Chef Steve's Popcorn and try this homemade lemonade, this fresh lemonade, you are missing out on a Southern treat. I'm here to tell you that is the finest lemonade I've ever put in my mouth, bar none. Forget that bottled stuff. Forget that powder mix. Chef Steve doing it right, doing it organic, making it happen. I love it. Appreciate you guys for sure.
All right, Megan,
Jackson.
It looks like Vincent Wade had a 9th and a 7th in his first and second moto. He's looking for some redemption here.
Yeah, Vince had some bad luck here and there. Corey, Steve, thank you guys so much, man. Appreciate you guys. Vincent had some bad luck, but you know what? He went back, sat down with his dad, Nick. Nick, one of the toughest guys. Nick, a lot of times was the fastest guy on the track, but all the time was the smartest guy on the track. Yeah. Nick Way was a racer's racer. The guy had strategy. The guy had speed. And his tenacity was just absolutely incredible. Nick would fight to the very end of the moto. Nick was going to fight you 10 feet past that checkered flag, And sure enough, when we look at the big picture on this, when Vincent out front leading the way, he would be looking at a 9.71 if it was to finish as we are, and that would be good enough to put him on the podium. But what he wants more than that right now is he wants to make a statement. Wants to show, hey, we have the speed, we have the conditioning, we have the mental capability to do this. Had a bad moto right there with that 9th moto. That was his bad one in moto number 1, but Nick Way took him back, sat him down, had a talk with him, and they came out with a whole new attitude here in this 3rd and final moto. So on the track, it's Vincent Wade, Carson Wood, Grayson Townsend, Cade Dudney, Darren Pine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how they run on the track. But when we look at the overall, it looks like Cade Dudney right now, followed by Carson Wood, Vincent Wade, Grayson Townsend looking at a possible 4th, and Cole Blecka with a 5.66. Could come out of the ranch with a top 5 overall.
Most definitely. It looks like Carson Woods made a little bit of a push here. He's not close enough to make a move yet, but we'll see what he's able to do.
Man, Jackson, we know the push is one thing. Closing that gap is something. You get up on the rear fender or somebody, but can you make the move? Can you find the line? Do you have the momentum? So matching the speed's one thing, man. Catching them is one thing, but making that move is a totally different story.
And then a lot of times you have to take a new line, so you don't know what that line might have to offer. That might slow you up, ruin it all. That's racing.
Absolutely. Going to welcome the boys back into the booth right now. Mikey Townsend and the Weeds doing a fantastic job down there. And how about these podiums, guys? These podiums just absolutely incredible. We're talking about a bunch of youngsters that had this plan, had this vision. Here they are living up to it right now, and some of the stories down there, absolutely amazing.
I haven't drunk out of any. If somebody wants it, they can have it.
Pretty good, all right. Chef Steve's Popcorn bringing us a lemonade shake-up. Everybody knows the rules, 1 drink. That's hands down the most refreshing, ice-cold lemonade shake-up I've ever had. My favorite part about it, it comes in a bucket.
Nothing like getting a quart of lemonade.
Man.
For sure. All right, taking a look this time around, a 2:07.1 Vincent Way. The gap now down to .516, less than half a second. Carson Wood, as Jackson said, starting to put a push on, finding some speed out there. I think I had a little different line going into Storyland back there. Set him up. He didn't have that bike moving around on him. He didn't sink into that deep rut. And I believe he's able to pick up maybe half or a second right there.
So it looks like Vincent Way's able to put a little bit of a gap on him compared to what we saw just a second ago. He might have realized he was on his back fender, said it's time to go.
And that's exactly right, Jackson. We also talk about all the time, each one might have a better section or better half of the track. And outside of that, I just think it was, like you said, Vincent said, hey, it's time to go. Took a look over his shoulder, glanced across the track, and realized that gap was shrinking down to less than half a second.
Vincent Ray there looking at a third place as far as the overall results are concerned. Caden Dudney looks like he is, I can't imagine he's happy with the fourth right now, but in his head he's probably like, well, Dad said at least be that and you're in good shape. Let's see if he can improve upon it.
And, delicate line to dance right now. Dudney looking at that championship. Do we take a chance? Do we push it? We're in contention, but you know what? When you're sitting on that line for contention, it's also easy to give up that spot. So you really need to pad that as much as possible at this point. It's not like we have a 3 or 4 or 5 point gap or cushion.
I can't imagine the stress of the riders, the dads, the teams as they sit there the night before we get into our third motos, as they look at their riders' results and play out every single scenario. Because they can't,
and that's what they've done.
They can't let it go. You know what I mean? They can't wait till race day. I'd be the same way. I don't want to wait until I'm looking at the scoring app and figuring out where my rider's at. I want to know before I even look at it.
Absolutely. And like you said, the scenarios, the situations. Okay, if he finishes here, we have to do this. But if we do this and he does that plays it out for us. I can only imagine how crazy they drove themselves last night.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. Megawatt, have some popcorn.
Oh, right on. Our apprentice come in here and said, you know what? We're just going to pour it out on the table for you, and everybody help yourself.
Popping some bottles on the podium, and he said, you know what? We're going to do it in the tower with some popcorn. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's all good.
I believe me, I'm going to eat that off the table. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Vincent Way out in front. Carson Wood, the 26 KTM, sitting there in the 2 spot. Caden Dudney third. Grayson Townsend fourth. And Brennan Harrison fifth on the track right now. We have about 12 minutes into this moto here for the 85cc 10 to 12. And as you look at the overall results, if it ended right now, it'd be Caden Dudney with a first place, Carson Wood with a second, and Brennan Harrison with a third. Carson Wood trying to do his best, go out there, let the chips fall where they may. That second moto, not too great for Carson Wood. He had an 11th place, but doing his job here in moto number 3 to try and put himself in as good a position as possible. The rider down right there, 27, Vincent Ray on screen, that Husqvarna ringing it out front, but he has some company back there in Carson Wood.
Looks like Wood's making another push.
I think Jackson, he has some spots, like we said, he's very comfortable with. And when we talk about making a push, if he's in position, if he feels like he's close enough, then we're going to take that shot at it. As we drift into other parts of the track, maybe the gap opens up a bit more. I'm not going to take any chances because right now, all on the line for these top 3 right here. Cade Dudney's still sitting in that number 3 position, looking at the championship. Carson Wood knows he needs to get up there and win this thing, and if that would happen, still not going to give him the championship, still not going to have enough points. Dudney has a nice pad right there, but you leave out of here with a moto win. Right. You leave out of here with super confidence, and you always remember by your last race. That's the bottom line. Whether it's sponsors, whether it's potential teams, that type of thing, you'll always remember by your last race. And when your last race is a moto win, that's great, dude. That's fantastic.
And we talk about fitness a lot, but that's confidence is a big thing. Having the right mindset, having the right mind frame when you're going up there, that's nerve-wracking being on the gate. For somebody that has, if you've never been on the gate before, you can't understand. It is one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever felt in my life.
We talk about that all the time. We talk about the ability to withstand the mental pressure. And if you haven't been there, you haven't been there.
Yeah.
If you haven't been there, I don't care if it's 125C. I don't care if it's Vet 40 plus. Mm-hmm. If you've not experienced it, you've not experienced it.
Interesting thought last night when we were sitting there having dinner with the boss. Carrie Jo was telling us about, I can't remember the exact number of riders that were on the island waiting to see if they get it. Something like 16, 17, 18 have punched that opportunity. And she kind of walked us through that feeling of walking up with the bib and the kids see her and you can see their eyes lighting up like, oh my God, it's going to happen. And we kind of played that scenario out. We said, that is the only kid or adult on the starting line, no nerves.
Right.
Their nerves was out there waiting to see if I get to race this moto.
Yeah.
By the time I get to the gate, man, I got nothing to lose.
Oh, heck no. The nervous aspect's over. I'm
it's
here
over.
now.
That's the only rider on that gate. I'm not saying they don't have any nerves, but let's be real here. You know what I'm saying?
The level is way less. The
I
pressure,
get to race.
The pressure has been removed, and I'm here.
I'm
You
here.
bet.
I get to race.
All right, 7 laps in, 15 minutes down, about 5 to go. Going to see that 2-lap card probably. Is it out right now? Is the 2-lap card out? Didn't get that on the camera shot last time around, so about 4.5 minutes. I'm thinking we may have a 2-lap card flying right now. If not, next time around for your leaders. So next time around, going to be picking up that 2-lap card. Mikey Waynes lets us know is not out yet. So time continues to wind down. Just about 4 minutes to go. Vincent Way, the number 27 machine, continues to lead. A great ride by Vinny. To be honest with you, haven't seen any mistakes. Had great line choices here this morning. Got that good start. Able to put it to good use. And look at that. Is that Brennan Harrison putting a move on? Brennan Harrison looked like he was going after Grayson Townsend. Right here, see the battle right in front of us. The number 7 machine looked like it's about to overtake the 87. Townsend goes back to the inside, tries to defend, can't do it. And wow, that was a great pass. Harrison used the outside in 2 corners to make that pass. Pure momentum, had a smoother line, didn't have to deal with that tough inside rut.
And that's where they got held. Townsend got held up at. So
yep,
that was the move to make.
Got in there, got deep. So great choice right there by the number 7, Brennan Harrison. What's that do for him? Let's see. Brennan Harrison in podium contention now. Look at that. 6.55 would put him in 16. So that 1 point made a difference of moving him up onto the podium. So every spot makes a difference here. We've preached that before many times. You race to the finish. You race to the checkered flag, and listen, anything can and normally does happen here down at the ranch.
And like we said earlier, everybody knows what they have to do to get that championship. They know all the different things that can happen, all the different places that everybody could get, what that would put them in contention-wise. He knew what he had to do, and he did it.
Jackson, the number of scenarios, you got the same chance of winning the Powerball as figuring out how it's going to play out down here at the ranch. And you hit the nail on the head. That's why we race each moto as the only moto. Each race is the deciding race. That's why we pick that mentality out. And when you take a look at Vincent Way, 8 laps in, this time still a 2:07.9, less than 1 second separating him and Wood for most of this race. And talk about the ability to take pressure. As this 2-lap card flies right now, this was going to be real interesting. Will Carson Wood make a move? Will Carson Wood find somewhere where he wants to make the attack? Right now he has the second place in hand. Even if he makes that move, it's not going to move him up into championship condition. So right now, taking a look at Cade Dudney. Dudney sitting in that number 3 spot. That's your potential champion as things wind down. A lap and a half to go. Dudney brings this thing home with a 3:13. That's going to give him a total of 7. Going to be more than enough for that championship. Folks, got our friends from FCA here, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, got us another scavenger hunt going on today. You guys stop by the booth, get all the details, going to tell you what we're looking for, how we're going to play it out, and another pair of 100% goggles on the line. Now, we had a winner there Wednesday, father and son team late in the afternoon. Those guys rounded it up, come by, checked off the list. You guys confirmed it, gave them away a great prize, and also, outside of just having the scavenger hunt, just having a little fun with the FCA, want to let everybody know what all the proceeds and all the benefit of all your raffles and everything are touching base with this week.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Hey, I'm Mark Jackson with FCA, so yeah, it's an honor to be here at Loretta's and be able to be a part of this event going on again. So Fellowship of Christian Athletes, we do ministry at races, we do camps for kids, and you see the bike being pushed around. We're selling raffle tickets for that, and all that money, 100% goes back right into the ministry to enable us to keep the ministry going, enable kids to be able to keep coming to camp. And so, yeah, we're thankful to be a part of this. You can come by our booth on Vendor Row and see us. We've been having games set up over in the FCA Kids Zone by Lake Loretta's in the evenings, so come by and hang out with us in the evenings for that as well. But yeah, definitely come by the FCA booth on Vendor Road right across from the Fox Tower and get information. We'll give you a clue on where to find the scavenger hunt, so to win that 100% goggles.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Give us an update, Jackson, real quick. Let us know what's going on.
Carson Wood made a strong charge there. He was able to get past Vincent Way. Him and Vincent Way were battling, and Carson Wood laid it down going into the corner there. That's a tough break for him. He was in contention for this moto win. He knew the white flag was out, and he was ready to do what he had to do.
And we've been talking about that. When that white flag comes out, all bets are off. Tension levels rise. It's all on the line right then, and unfortunately for Vincent Way, going to come up on the short end of the stick on that one. Carson Wood, yes. Carson Wood, my bad.
Vincent Way should take our moto win here from the looks of it. He's got a 14-second lead on second.
And that's exactly what he planned on doing. I had some bad luck in the first two motos, so Vincent able to come out here, put a stamp on this thing, say, hey, I've got the speed, I've got the game, I've got the physicality. We're going to make this happen. And to leave out of here on a positive note. Now, Vincent Way, he's looking at a possible 9.71. That would give him a top 5 overall. No shame in that game, but he, came here planning on a championship. Finishes strong, finishes with a moto win. Cade Dudley, he's still looking at that overall championship with a 3-1-3 as the checkered flag flies. Now, Mark, you guys from FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, I got to tell you, I've never seen you without a smile on your face. I've had some parents aggravate me. I've had some kids aggravate me. And all I have to do is walk right down there by your booth. You look at me, smile and wave, and it just changes everything. Man, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everything y'all do.
Hey, thank you so much, Banker White. We appreciate you guys and all you do as well. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll be down to see you guys in just a little bit. Right now, we're going to wrap this one up. Look at this, already on the podium down there, getting things underway. We're going to get squared away and move right into race number 5. That's going to be our 65cc 7-9 limited. Good call. Yeah, good call.
All right, we're going to talk to our moto winner. Rough start to the week, but he rectified it at the end. And for that, he ends up with leaving the ranch with a gold. Final moto winner, let's hear it for Vincent Way. Well, Vincent, I'm sure the title was the goal, but it's going to make it feel a little bit better to at least go home knowing that you got this gold medal and you got a moto win?
Yeah, I haven't had the best of week, just been struggling, and then I really locked in on that one and got it done.
All right. Who do you want to thank, Vincent?
Husqvarna, FMF, Monster Army, Armasport, Pro Taper, Answer, Alpine Star Boots, Bell Helmets, Scott Goggles, Pro Taper, Nihilo Concepts, Flow Foot Pegs, Vertex Pistons, Mitch, Schneike, Luke. Everybody, thank you so much.
All right, there it is, your moto winner, Vincent Way. All right, great job, Vincent. We do need to move the number 27 bike off and bring the number 40 on up. We're going to look for our whole shot winner. We got to give out a whole shot award to Kiki DePino and look for our third place rider. We'll let the Pro Circuit Kawasaki folks bring the bike up. There's our whole shot winner real quick. All right, there's our championship bike. I'll need our third place finisher And let me come around front and hand out a Stasic Hole Shot Award to Kiki DePino. Right here. How'd you pull that start?
Just my dad told me to like close everyone out. It's like my first time doing that ever in Loretta's, but yeah.
Gotta feel good. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, my brother, all my friends, 100%, south of the border, KTM in Brazil, and everybody else that was helping me. Thank you.
Okay. Kiki DePino with your Stasic Hole Shot Award. I need our third place rider to come on up and we'll hand out the bronze. Brennan, not Brandon, it's Brennan Harrison taking the bronze. You had to fight for that one. I saw you out of the top 3 and you made it happen. How'd you do it?
I just found a flow and just kept on going.
All right. Who do you want to thank, Brennan?
Jesus for keeping me safe, Mom, Dad, Club 57, Showroom Floors, OG, Lynx, Mun, FXR, Clover Hill, Decal Works, and anyone else. Thank you.
Brennan Harrison taking the bronze. And now we clear the decks to crown our champion. He came from behind in almost every darn moto. He ends up with second place in this one. More than enough to ice the championship. Good thinking. 10-12 national champion. Let's hear it for Caden Dudney. And you get a pair of Oakley sunglasses, but for only a lady in your family. So you have to pick a special lady, maybe mom. Hey, you had to do some serious work. What impressed everybody, I think, the most was the lap times coming through traffic, man. It wasn't as easy as it looked.
No, I mean, track's pretty fast today still, but, I mean, it is what it is. You just got to work with it and just try your best on the track. And I got to a pretty good start and just rode out there and got out front, so, yeah.
Have you won one of these titles before?
Yeah, I've won 2 of them.
All right, so how's this one feel?
Pretty good.
All right, who do you want to thank, Caden?
My mom, my dad, Monster Energy, Team Green Kawasaki, Renthal, Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Maxima, and Henson. Everybody else, thank you. Oh, and Twin Air, thank you.
All right, let's bring Tad from the AMA on up to the stage, and we will hand it out. The #1 plate in the national championship in 85 10-12 goes to Caden Dudney.